Social Truth, episode 12. I am Andy Sikora.
And I'm Matt Kitchen. Social Truth is your television show for the popular.
So popular.
Website, socialtruth.com. We take a lot of news stories, we throw them online, we invite your discussion about them, and we then talk about, we'll bring our favorites to you and your favorites to you. We talk about how they relate to God's truth.
In society.
Yes. So we are officially on like take 75 right now. And everything
Matt just can't get his junk together, man. I'm like, get your stuff together, dude. And he's always so weak.
So if the first story sounds a little boring, it's because we talked about it multiple times already. So but the next story should be good after that. Just stick around.
There's a possibility.
Stick around. So Andy didn't post for a while. He's been moving.
Get over it.
It'll be... that was actually better than the other ones. First story.
All right, I marked this story out already.
I know.
Bush says report on bank data was disgraceful. This is from the New York Times. President Bush on Monday condemned as disgraceful the disclosure last week by the New York Times and other newspapers of a secret program to investigate and track terrorists that relies on a vast international database that includes Americans' banking transactions, which actually means it includes yours and mine.
It does.
That's creepy.
Probably not mine.
That means that he knows
yours.
that I buy a lot of cereal.
Frosted Flakes?
I don't buy cereal.
I buy cereal.
Whoa, you better watch this guy.
Look out.
So the deal is basically this, that there is some sort of database that's out there internationally that can track the spending of Americans as well as other people that are known terrorists and the way that they interact with people within America to figure out if there's terrorist activity happening.
Good information.
Thank you. Yeah. So President Bush basically said that that this was fully authorized under the law, and the disclosure of this program is disgraceful, that they had briefed Congress on it. And this is the quote: "We're at war with a bunch of people who want to hurt the United States of America and go for people, and for people to leak that program and for the newspaper to publish it does great harm to the United States of America." So President Bush basically said that by this story getting published, there's a greater threat to the United States.
So Andy, then why did they print it then?
This is why they print it. The editor of the New York Times, Bill Keller, says...
That's got to be a heck of a job, huh?
Yes, editor of the New York Times.
Wow.
Good job, Bill. We're proud. He basically said that the Bush administration has embarked on a number of broad secret programs aimed at combating terrorism. And this was the problem. Often without seeking new legal authority or submitting to the usual oversight. So basically, this guy says that the Bush administration has overstepped its bounds in the name of fighting terror without getting proper approval. Although Bush said, no, we got the approval we needed, it has come out even in this week that there has been places where the Supreme Court has said the Bush administration has overstepped its bounds.
And that's basically what's spurring this, the fact that people have for the past actually a few months now been coming out and saying the administration has done more than what they are allowed to do.
With wiretapping and this kind of
all this kind of stuff. So this is kind of like, really, I think this is sort of like a climax in that type of thing where the New York Times apparently felt like it was their duty to expose this and say
Do you think it was their duty?
No. I don't like what they did necessarily.
I would say this,
not in the New York Times.
Maybe the LA Times.
This is which actually it did go in. But this is actually a pretty serious deal though.
Sure.
If it's as big of a deal as Bush leads on it is.
I think that if the portions of government are not keeping each other in check, like checks and balances, like you learned about in 6th grade social studies, I used that line in Take 2. Then maybe it is the role of the citizen, whether it's the media or not, to call the checks and balances out, like to say, is this right? Is this the right thing to do? And what's the problem? Did this put America in any greater danger? I don't know. It made the terrorists aware.
Aren't you thinking that
maybe they know where I'm spending my money? Don't use my ATM card.
But then again, if they're in a foreign country, they might not think that. But
they probably do. Next story.
All right.
Is your dog okay?
Yeah, it's okay. It just whines a lot.
All right.
It wants your attention, Andy. All right, so this is from the Washington Post, and they posted, Israel troops move into Gaza. All right, so here's the story. This is actually a huge story, kind of scary, really.
Yes.
So dude was captured by some Hamas militants who snuck across the border of the Gaza Strip border place into Israel, grabbed this soldier guy and brought him back as a hostage or I don't know. There was some kind of intent there, which really was...
Matt wasn't there.
Which was terribly illustrated, apparently. And so Israel's like, hey, give us the dude back. And they're like, we're not going to give him back. Right. So Israel's like, well, if you don't give him back, we're going to exercise full military action upon you. And they're like, come and get him. So what does Israel do? They get the Panzer tanks out, or whatever tanks they are, some helicopters with big weapons, and they roll into the Gaza Strip and basically, like, cause a huge ruckus. They blow up bridges.
Sure.
They blow up the power center on the Gaza Strip, so all of Gaza is without power. The people that live there without power.
They sent fighter planes to like buzz over the Syrian government's, the president's house.
Another nation's,
Bad idea. Gene's there.
It's really, really weird. And so at first I was like, okay, so maybe this guy, maybe it's good because this guy's like, they just want to get this guy back, and you know, that's a good story. You know, that's a good purpose. Really what it is, though, I think, is that Israel was just wanting to exercise some military power over the Palestine government.
It seems like they were just waiting for something to happen. The interesting thing that happened is the very day that all this took place, or where Israel responded, the government that is led by Hamas said that they were going to recognize Israel for the first time. They had never recognized Israel before at all, like as a nation state at all. They just say it doesn't exist. But for the first time, Palestine was willing to do this. And this happens on the same day.
I'm assuming that's why it happened, though, is because some Hamas militants didn't want that to happen. And Hamas militants knew if they went over and started some stuff in Israel, Israel's going to go at it, because the thing is, Israel has a lot of military might, so to speak.
Yeah.
They have to, because a lot of people don't like where they're at. Palestine, not so much.
Yeah.
So Israel just wanted to go exercise muscle and say, hey, look, we're serious, don't mess with us. And I think it's sad. I don't like the way Israel handled it.
No.
Not at all. For one guy,
Israel, let's talk it
you
out.
can diplomatically work it out. Seriously.
It's one guy. The U.S. government gives up millions. I shouldn't have said that.
I shouldn't have said that.
Can you edit that out?
Story.
Okay, next story.
It's staying.
And it's yours.
It's mine. All right, this is from China Daily.
You're going to jail, Sakura.
Architects in New York unveil new Freedom Tower. So I'm going to put the picture on the video, so if you're listening to the audio.
Isn't that hideous? Look at that picture right there.
Actually, you don't like it?
I don't really like it.
I think it looks kind of cool.
Why don't you just build a building? That's what I want to know. Why
don't
you
just?
No, it's a giant like.
No, it's a skyscraper. What do you want a skyscraper to look like? It's glass and it's big.
It's glass and it's big and it's fancy and pretentious.
Welcome to New York.
Well, just build the same buildings. Just make them nicer or something. Like, don't you think it'd be more like?
Build the same buildings? I don't know.
I just think making this fancy pants tower, like, what is that showing anybody? Like,
so the towers went down in 2001, as you, I'm sure cannot forget. And so it's been 5 years in the making that nothing's been erected in the ground zero.
But luckily, this is going to show up soon.
So why has it taken 5 years to get there?
Because people don't like this.
Because people didn't like the other ones, and they like this one, actually.
Sorry.
And so they went through like 45 billion different designs.
Donald Trump got involved at one point.
Yeah, which was a mistake, I'm sure.
Whatever.
And so they finally decided on this one. And it's like the next apprentice is who can build the tower.
Money, 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 money!
So that's what it is, and it's going to go up finally. They're going to start building soon, and it should be fully erected by 2012. So finally we'll have a building.
That's great. What's the truth?
The truth is that it took too long, but it's finally good to have something moving in that direction, to kind of finally feel like we're returning to a bit of normalcy where that ground zero is at. And so it's a good feeling to see that it's moving forward, unlike for the past 5 years where it's felt very stagnant.
Here's a question. Do you think that they should build a giant building like that, or would it be better to build like a memorial instead?
Giant building.
Really?
Yeah.
I would say a memorial. Next story.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I guess when you get Trumped, you get Trumped. And speaking of Trump,
I'm going to think about
7 indicted in, I don't know what I'm saying. 7 indicted in alleged homegrown terror plot. This is from the LA Times. And this is my favorite.
Can they not build a memorial and a building?
They can, but the memorial is like underground, right? Remember, like it's down here and then the building's up here.
That's good.
Like, I mean,
do that. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. In a 4-count indictment unsealed Friday, that's last Friday, which would for you, when you're watching this, will be 2 Fridays ago, federal officials charged 7 men caught in a sting operation here with conspiring to support Al-Qaeda and levy war against the government of the United States. Authorities arrested the suspects. I have the second paragraph because the last is the most important. Authorities arrested the suspects, whom U.S. Attorney General characterized as homegrown terrorists, after searching a warehouse in the impoverished Liberty City area north of downtown, it's Miami, Thursday. They said that the men, ages 22 to 32, Why don't you read this line?
Never presented any real danger. That's so slanted, though.
What are you talking about? So this is the deal. They admitted in the press conference that they never presented any real danger. Here are the things we know about
was it any real danger or any real imminent danger?
No, it says any real danger from the story.
Yeah, that's not a quote, though. That's a quote from the story.
So listen, okay. So there are a bunch of dudes, maybe a little weird, out living in a warehouse together. Is that a bad idea? Yes. Don't live in a warehouse. Bad idea. Should you be doing karate exercises at 11 o'clock at night and scaring your neighbors? No, you shouldn't. Should you call yourself soldiers just because you're a group of friends? Bad idea as well. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that all those things are bad ideas. Okay, bad ideas.
Go ahead.
Here's the other things that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't talk, even if you're just like, disgruntled with the government, about blowing up the Sears Tower ever, or any other building. Now, here are the things that I think are interesting. They say they were sworn Al-Qaeda members, but who did they swear their allegiance to Al-Qaeda to? Oh, an FBI operative, right?
You looked like Al-Qaeda person.
What is that supposed to mean? Oh, okay, so this guy comes in and he says he's Al-Qaeda, he's an FBI agent, and he says, would you like to swear your allegiance to Al-Qaeda?
No.
It's the same as if a dude...
They were in talks
it's the same as
about trying to get money.
If a dude walks in a red spandex suit and horns and says, would you like to sell your soul to the devil, it's probably not the devil.
No. Okay.
Okay, here's the second thing I want to point out.
Al-Qaeda wears spandex? Okay.
Matt Kitchen, Cuyahoga Falls. Okay, the second thing I want to point out is that they said that there was an alleged plan to blow up the federal building in Miami. Where did that idea come from? Oh, the FBI agent who...
No.
So all these things...
freaking points are you having
all these things that they are like... Okay, good. All these things that they're being accused of, like being Al-Qaeda and blowing up, wanting to blow up a building in Miami, these were the FBI's ideas.
No. The Sears Tower is not the FBI's guy's idea.
No, well, that one I said was a bad idea.
Okay, stop talking. You're done. Okay, here's what happened. They met with a guy who's like, I'm Al-Qaeda. They're like, that's cool, because we want to blow up the Sears Tower. We have some ideas. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, I have some ideas too. And so they collaborated, and the Al-Qaeda guy, or the non-Al-Qaeda guys, the guys who wanted to be in Al-Qaeda, were like, hey, if you can get us 50 grand, and if you can get us bombs, and if you can get us these things, we'll do some stuff. That sounds bad. Those people should get arrested.
Okay, here's what I'm saying. Should they be arrested? Yes, probably. Yes, probably.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I will agree with that. But this is the interesting thing. The morning that this was out, it was the biggest news. Like, everybody was like, oh my gosh. Then I saw the news conference, and it seemed like a joke conference set up for Saturday Night Live. Like, they're like, nope, no danger. Nope, it wasn't their idea. Nope, they didn't know anybody from Al-Qaeda.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't present... I think they presented danger. They didn't present any like imminent danger. They had no like weapons or no guns.
These lived in a warehouse and practiced karate at 11.
A warehouse could hold
bad stuff.
And have you ever seen what a karate shop can do to somebody?
I have.
What's your truth?
This is my truth.
As well.
This is my truth. Is that our country, and I don't think this is a bad thing, is nervous about terrorist attacks after 9/11, right?
Yes, of course.
And so any place, and I think. Oh man, this is bad. I shouldn't say this.
No, I want to hear it.
But I think that at times the government comes out with stories like this to take the shadow off of all the questionable activity that's happening with these bank problems and these wiretaps and all this kind of stuff for the least likely terrorist.
No doubt. This isn't like Bush going. This isn't Bush going saying, "Hey, go pawn those guys off."
Who was at the press conference? It was the Attorney General of the United States, who was appointed by who? George Bush. So this is all I'm saying.
Okay, that's a good point.
This is all I'm saying. We are trying to...
There is truth to that.
That
does happen.
This is
but
ridiculous.
You cannot overshadow the fact that they should be arrested.
I'm not saying they shouldn't be arrested, but why don't we just say they're a gang? They are not Al-Qaeda. There is no Al-Qaeda in this.
What's that, sharks?
They might be.
Okay.
They're called the soldiers.
Should they have been arrested? Yes. Should as big a deal been made out of it as it was?
No. Should they even be called...
In a freaking story.
Well, I'm just saying, this is all about propaganda to try and get the focus off of the wrongdoing of the Bush administration.
And it shouldn't have been a big deal.
Onto what the Bush administration says they were.
But don't keep saying the story like that. Nothing good was done with this.
I didn't say that. I just said it's goofy.
You'd be the judge.
If a guy in a suit walked in and looked like Donald Trump and offered you allegiance and you said yes, does that make it so?
Allegiance? Who do I need allegiance with? I got you as a friend.
Trump.
You can always email us at socialtruth@gmail.com.
Did I would guess that the last 5 minutes were either the most unwatchable segment we've ever done or the best segment we've ever done.
Let us know. You can let us know at socialtruth@gmail.com, and you can give us a voicemail at 773-598-TRUE, 773-598-8783.
Listen, sons, you better call us. I'm tired of asking.
It's true. This is maybe the last time. You can also visit the website, socialtruth.com, register in the forums, participate in all the news story discussions that go on, and it's good times. You know,
it is. It's a lot like this.
It's a lot like this. Actually,
type in all capitals.
Yes,
so
Strike Fry Whipple can attest to that. And as far as that goes, I think that's it.
Secret's out.
Yes. Peace out. We'll see you guys on the website. Later.
That was ridiculous.
That was crazy.